Right, hello guys, welcome back to the channel. We're away again for another weekend in the caravan down in Kent, which is in Tunbridge area. The site's called Apples Acres, ain't it?
Apple Acres, yeah.
Apple Acre. It's an adult only site just outside of Tunbridge, and so we arrived here last night.
Very easy to get to, isn't it?
Yeah, access is easy. Main A road coming in, you can't hear it much, but it's quite easy access. So we arrived here last night, and then we went down to Tunbridge Wells.
Royal Tunbridge Wells.
Royal Tunbridge Wells, which we drove to. I wouldn't have thought it's easy to cycle there. It's quite a long distance.
There is bus routes.
Yeah, there is bus directly outside the site.
Back, were we?
Yeah, but we didn't. Yeah, we didn't try it because the last bus back we didn't know where we get it.
So glad we had the car, wasn't it? Because it was raining and it was a bit drizzly, wasn't it?
Yeah, the weather was terrible yesterday.
Considering how hot it's been.
So we went around the Pantols area, which will show you a video now. Quite a nice area, it looks like, for sitting out al fresco eating or drinking on a summer's day, but because it's wet, it wasn't so nice. Then we went down to the Wetherspoons, which will show you they've taken over a theatre.
The Royal Opera House. Amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, which is nice. It's got little tiny boxes where you can hire them out during the midweek to eat, which they've just started doing.
It's almost exactly like the theatre was back in the day, and then they've just put tables everywhere in it. I've never seen such an amazing one. I think it's worth a look.
And then we went to a pub. What was the name of the place?
And we went to the Green Duck Emporium.
No, it's Green Duck.
It's like a coffee house and event space.
And so we went there to see
Tom Kerrigan.
Tom Kerrigan, yep, Cockney sing along. So that was a really good night out. He does it, I think, every Friday, last Friday of the month, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
So if you're down this way and you're that last weekend of the month, probably worth popping down there if you like a good Cockney sing along. It's very worth going.
Yeah, it's got a website.
Good night
you
out.
can book online. I booked online before we went, and you get a meat and cheese platter included in your ticket.
So we had a good night last night. It's quite sleep. And then we come back and we've just been out to the farmers market.
Penshurst Place. So 10-minute drive from here, which is really nice. They've got loads of stuff like meat, cheese, bread, cakes, flowers, honey, drinks. And
so we bought a couple of palm roses for the garden. So you can gain cycle there if you want. It's a country road. If you're confident on roads, you'll be fine. And if you've got an e-bike, definitely be alright, really. So it's not too far.
They've got house and gardens, haven't they?
Yeah.
Which we're going to go to maybe another time, because I'd say it'd be a whole day, wouldn't it?
And then this afternoon we're going to go off for a walk. Hopefully, weather being good, it still looks very black up there. But we're going to try and see if we can walk from this site to Tunbridge Town Centre. So we'll let you know how that goes. Because it'd be nice to walk to places rather than drive. But you could easily cycle it, and there is a couple of pubs down the main road. You can go around the roads. I'll show you on my website. If you go to my website, uksitefinder.co.uk, you'll see that I've already put a route on to cycle down to the local pubs.
If people aren't local, you've got two places. You've got Tunbridge here, and you've got Main A Road, and then you've got Royal Tunbridge Wells.
So it's two different places if you look it up.
The campsite is quite close to Tunbridge, and last night we went to Royal Tunbridge Wells, so today we're going to explore the other town.
So a little bit about the site. It's got good security, got a good security gate to get in and out, which makes it quite nice and safe. Most of the pitches are hard standing, which is quite good for the winter months, and electric hookup. It's got a good two showers and toilets, separate men's and women's showers and toilets with the electric showers, and there is a camping field as well. And the biggest thing about this site, it is adult only. There's no kids waiting us up at 5 in the morning like when we was last week in the New Forest, and it's like a kindergarten. So that's quite nice. There's one concern about the site, is the electric hookup is metered, so you have to pay up front what you want. So we paid last night a little bit. We didn't know how much we was going to use.
Because we've never had that before.
The electric's cut out during the night, so the fridge and everything's been off, and there's no one around at the moment to pay to get that put back on again. It's 12 o'clock. So that becomes a bit of a concern being metered, because if your electric goes down, we're not charging the battery now, and we're not running the fridge, and we can't get it to run on gas. And so, but you have to pay up front, so you can't just pay as you go. So it's a bit of that's one big downside about this site, and something that I would consider again, going to a metered site, whether I'd go. I'll say it.
We've never had that before, have we? In all the years we've been doing camping.
But for now, we're going to go out to Tunbridge. We'll let you know later on how we get on, and hopefully the weather stays dry at least.
Excuse leave adults.
Right, so we just started off, we just left the site, turned right, and it's the road, well, the road at the behind us, the road that you actually come down to get into the site back there, which we'll talk about later on. But this is the road that we're going to go down and do a left in a minute. So it's quite a nice, easy road. Walk in the middle of the road, not many cars around, so it's no problem. Right, so we just got down the end of that road, and it says here we can walk through here. Although it's not a public footpath, they are allowing us to go through, which is quite nice. So we just have to see where this takes us.
So it looks like there's more apple trees here, and the owner of the site said that we could pick apples when it's during the season, but they're free, we could just help ourselves. So I think we might be coming back just for that reason.
That's the apples on the site, not these ones.
No, this is part of the Hadlow estate.
Right, so we just come out the path there onto this road. Now you can walk down this road to the main A road. I think you might be able to get across, but it's obviously a little bit more dodgy. But there is a public footpath here. We just looked at an ordnance survey map. This should take us across this field and over the main A road, and then into the housing area, so where we can pick up the normal street paths. So hopefully this will work out fine. So we just walked up that hill from the main road, that little road down there. You can see the lovely views we've got here. It's a shame about the weather. So to the right of me, we've gone onto this sort of path now. It's got street lights, and you can hear the road, main road coming up. To the right of me, if you get to this point, is the hospital. So you don't want to walk down there because that's on the wrong side of the main A road. So we're coming up here, and this will go a bridge over the main A road. We're just going over the main A road, A21. So it's going to be quite noisy, and then this should take us down into the housing area. Hopefully you can hear me over the cars. Okay, right, so that public footpath brings you out onto the streets of houses and paths, like I thought it would. And then from here, obviously we can use Google Maps. Right, so the number 7 bus over there is the bus that you can get back to site and down here. And this is Tunbridge High Street, which as you can see is quite busy. But, so we're going to carry on down and go to the castle, which is further down. So we just come off the main high street. Go further down that high street and then do a left, and you go past Nancy's Tea Room, which is just round the back there, and then you can follow down across the canals, which is much nicer. There's a park over in the background as well, and we are trying to get to the castle, so we see how we get on. We get lost. Oh, there's a cricket going on, I think, over the background, and this is a nice little footpath and a cycle track as well. So if you've got the bikes, this is the best route to do. So following the river along brings us down here to the castle. A few people, they do boat trips here as well, and a few people out canoeing as well. You've got an inflatable canoe. Here's a bit of information about the Tunbridge River trip. They also do these rowing boats that you can hire as well. Right, so this is part of the castle, and there's a walk around the edge, the wall. We're not going to go up there, too much walking. And in the river, what we've on earlier, is just over here behind us. Right, so we just popped in the castle shop. The castle's actually closed at the moment, so we can't go in because they're doing repairs to the roof for the next few weeks. But they do a guided tour that you can pay for to go round. It's not part of the English Heritage or what was the other one? English Heritage and
National Trust. It's nothing like that. It's just Tunbridge Castle, run by the council, I believe.
Yeah, it's run by the council, so we can't go in there. But it's a nice little shop. Does tea and coffee and hot chocolates and stuff.
Toilets.
And there's toilet facilities here as well. So we're now going to pop round, have a walk around, probably find the Wetherspoons, because we do like a good Wetherspoons. Right, morning guys. So yesterday we ended up walking back from Tunbridge up the main hill, following the main road, which is a hill all the way up. First we popped into the Wetherspoons, which I'll show you a little clip now. It used to be an old post office back in the beginning of the 1900s, and then got turned into the pub, and Wetherspoons have taken it over. I don't know when, but wouldn't be that long ago, and re-renovated it, which is a good example of how Wetherspoons do to take on old buildings to do up.
It's got a pub garden, which is unusual for Wetherspoon, which is nice.
Yeah, that's a first as well. So it's nice in there. We had something to eat and a pint in there before we walked back, and then in the evening, because the weather wasn't great yesterday still, we went out the site and did a left, and we walked all the way down the hill going towards Tunbridge Wells. It's about a 30-minute walk along the main road. It's quite an easy walk to the next pub down there. Remember the name of it?
Sure, it's a Hand and Scepter.
hand and scepter. I'll put a link thing tomorrow down the bottom. Yeah, so that was a nice little pub. We only had one pint there, but it seemed to be nicely modernised.
That's in Southborough.
And
So that was a nice place, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it'd be a sort of place that if you want to go out for a meal, it's quite a nice place to go by the looks of it.
I think they had cricket on the green there all mapped out for today.
So little things to mention as well about the site, that they have boot sales here, which I'll show you some clips now, quick little clips, and that's the end of every month, last Friday, isn't it? The last Sunday of every month, isn't it?
First Sunday.
First Sunday.
Today's the 2nd of July, so yeah, first Sunday of every month, I believe. And I just went there and it took me about an hour, walk around all the stalls. Nice, got a few books, a few bits and pieces, and that it's just nice that you can just walk there and you don't have to worry about driving or parking.
Yeah, and it doesn't seem to be too much of an issue of getting the van out while they're still running that. The road seems to be clear. It is a single access in and out, but we're going to pull off in a minute. We'll find out. But it seems all right. And last thing about the electrics, we said about we're talking to the guy. The meter on the site, on your actual site, does show you how much money you've got left, like a normal pay meter. So you can look at that before you go to bed. And if you haven't got enough money, go and top it up. Still a bit annoying because if you overpay, which we have now, you don't get nothing back. And if it does run out during the night and they're not there, you won't be able to get it topped up. So it took us until lunchtime yesterday before we can get it topped up, so the fridge and everything was off for all that time. So it's a bit of annoying. I know a lot of sites are doing it now.
Live and learn.
Yeah, and it's saying that the reason why we'll probably end up going off grid with electrics, when we get the lithium. Anyway, thanks for watching. Give us a thumbs up and subscribe, and hopefully we'll see you again next time we go away.